it's Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa, and how are you doing today for this wonderful, fantastic, beautiful Dragonfly live tutorial? Do you love this painting? This is what I'm going to be showing you today, dancing with dragonflies. I'm super excited about, there you go, you can see it really pretty there. I'm super excited about showing this to you. I'm going to do it on a 16 by 20 canvas. This is a fantastic painting for everyone at every level. I'm really going to explain every step. And we're also going to take a little time to sort of release maybe whatever's coming and like bothering us this week. And we're going to put that down and have some fun with ourselves and our friends. On the mic is my husband, John.
Hi. I'm on the mic.
Sometimes I forget him. But he follows me with cameras. We have a bunch of cameras. And he makes sure that way that you guys during the live or you guys at home on the replay get to see every part of the painting action. So you're not missing any of the essential steps to painting.
We hope.
We hope.
I sometimes push wrong buttons.
That's why live is great. So if you're here for the live,
everybody. Oh my gosh, it's such a full room.
It's such a full room.
Hi, everybody.
I bet some of you were doubting that this weekend was happening.
This is exciting.
A little, got a lot going on. If you don't know this already, this is part of a collaboration with Angela Anderson and Audie G Art. In the iCard, they also have dragonflies. So for you dragonfly lovers, so many dragonflies. So many. And as a surprise, the girls are coming over to my studio. We're all going to Creator Day, which is a YouTube event. After they're going to come here and paint, we're going to add some blacklight paint to our dragonflies.
Mm-hmm.
So lots happening. If you want to know how to blacklight your studio, we have a video on that. If you're like, wait, what? But other than that, it should be
what?
Kind of completely
you
easy.
Do?
I bet you'd like to know the materials.
Oh, yes. Do we have materials?
We have materials.
Tell me of them,
I'll tell you the
Sherpa.
materials. So 16 by 20 canvas. I get these at Michael's in economy packs. The benefit of these are that they're cheap. The problem is sometimes the gesso on them is, I don't know, weird. That's the technical term for it. It's weird. It fights back.
It's not gessoing enough.
It's not gessoing. I'm going to do most of this painting with brights. I use Extra Firm by Simply Simmons because they're awesome and $3 about. So I like those two features. You can find these at the Brush Guys and at different art stores, and they should be about that price. They shouldn't really be more than that, so keep an eye on that. I'm going to be using like a 12, a 10, a 6, a 4, and a 2 on those brights. Also on pink. Can we go check? Oh, there it is. So the start of the painting is super simple. This is Burnt Sienna, Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Cad Yellow Medium. Because my studio is so hot, I use blending medium to slow down the drying times. Titanium White. And then at the end of the painting, we need some extra colors. We need some quinacridone magenta, Cad red, and I'm using light on this one, Dogs Eating Purple, or Dogs Purple. And I'm going to put out some black paint, too. Just because I'll want a little bit of that. So that's kind of what I've got going there. And I have assorted other brushes. And, of course, Healthy Life Choices Sippy Sippy.
Sippy Sippy. Oh, gosh,
I have beautiful artisanal farm-to-market limes in here.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to say hello to all the new people in the room. We have so many new people.
Hi, new people.
It's like they've been piling in since we started. We've got over 200 people already in the room. It's just like...
People are ready to paint. I want to see some dragonflies on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I want to see them all shared with
215.
likes.
It's just like it's their... welcome everybody. It's big art hugs and high fives all around. There's like everybody saying hello and how much they love you and how awesome you are, Cinnamon.
Thank you.
Because you are awesome.
Thank you. We're all, I imagine, a lot of dragonfly
very
fans.
excited about dragonflies. Okay, so tell us about dragonflies.
Okay, so this painting, I'm going to talk to you about this real quick. So my idea about this is I wanted that perfect retreating lake when I was designing. So I wanted that just serene escape with beautiful reflective water and little reeds and these great dancing little dragonflies, just something to help us to sort of get away and relax. So that was sort of my design process. And it's all real simple techniques. On my canvas, if you don't know, we like to write wishes on our canvas. I use watercolor pencils because they disappear and then I can put them into the paint. And I feel it's very transformative. And today's wishes are, we had a wish, stud hands. We had a wish for a family who's been through a fire. One of our members wrote us and told us about a member of her family who's been through a fire. She's had a baby. She's just gone through everything. If we could just send her light and love and strength for what is a difficult time. John and I have been through a house fire, so we totally know how hard and just unnerving it is to be through fire. And then we have a wish for successful pregnancy and, you know, to get pregnant and keep that pregnancy. We've actually had a couple of those wishes. So for those families wishing for a baby, we put that wish there. And we have a wish for a successful diet. So if you're making healthy life choices, I'm adding that wish myself. And you're making some lifestyle changes, then a wish for that to just to be easy and fun and different than all diets that have been before it. Just to be restorative. I have a lot of energy on this wish.
And we have a couple of quick community wishes we'll squeeze in there.
Oh, okay.
If that's okay. Just real quick.
Okay.
Big hugs to Mona and to all of those IBS sufferers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And also to all the moms who need some help out there, because there's lots of moms in the community that are needing some support and guidance and love and prayers and all those good wishes that we send towards those who we love.
Yes.
So,
and remember, in the community, if you see a wish that speaks to you, if you have a wish that's dear to your heart, put your intentions into your canvas.
mm-hmm.
You know, I definitely, you know, take that time, put those intentions, decide before you start a painting, what do I want to get out of this painting and what am I putting into this canvas? Because it can be very therapeutic and you can really work through just really everything, which is awesome. I do.
Yeah.
First part of this painting, you can take this brush. This is my number 12 bright. So just a fairly large bright. And again, my studio is hot, so I'm going to get the brush a little bit wet. And I'm going to be making strokes on my canvas from the top to the bottom as straight as I can. And I'm going to be doing it with a mixture of my phthalo green. I'm loading it on my brush here. You can see me loading it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to add a little yellow here at the tip. And maybe even a little blue here. Come over and grab a little white.
Ooh, that's a lot of colors.
It is.
Can we see the brush there before you put it up there?
See how that brush is?
Oh, yeah.
But notice how I've done it where I've kept my paint plops clean. I'm not messing with the center of my paint plops. I'm keeping it to the outside. That can really help you if you're trying to manage your paint and save money.
Yeah.
Right? I'm getting some blending gel there. And I'll just keep doing this because that'll help me get enough paint on my brush. Now, if you look at my canvas, what's happening, because I don't really mix them together, I don't do this little circular mixing thing to make a uniform color. I'm just loading. I pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Tip maybe the left-hand side. Tip maybe the right-hand side. Come over and grab a little white. And I'll come from the bottom up.
Hold on a second.
See how that's very streaky?
No, but I'm going so slow. Okay, there it goes.
Oh, is Robot Cam slow today?
Robot camera was just waking up. It was creaky.
Okay, so what we have is a robot camera if you're new to the show. And the robot camera has the ability to follow my crazy movements around, but it takes it a minute to wake up.
Well, she's so fast, is what it is.
Dude, my paint dries. I don't know about your studio, but my paint dries really fast during the hot times, and I've got like a bank of lights above me. So, you know, like acrylic paint normally dries fast, but this is on another level.
Yeah, she's moving there, so I'm going to have to zoom in.
Well, the other reason why I got to hydrate. So I'm going to pull a little more green out and pull. See how I pulled it on the brush?
Yeah.
I'm going to pull some blending gel into this. A little cad yellow, a little blue here. You can kind of see how it's just,
Yeah, you can get real close to that one.
Can you guys really see
Yeah, they can
how
really
that
see
is?
that. You can
That's
really.
all I've got going. And that's the trick to this technique. And then I try not to blend out the streaking that I'm getting. I want my streaking.
Okay.
I want my streaking. I'm going to put a little more white into this next mix.
Now, the stuff in the center of the palette is blending medium.
It's blending medium. And what this does for me and what this can do for you is it slows down the drying time of my acrylic paint.
But you don't need that.
No. Water also works if you're not painting on the surface of the sun.
Yeah, that's only because you're in a studio.
It's because I'm in a studio and it's hot. I'm going to pull some blue and some green and blending medium. And I'm going to come here from the bottom up a little bit with this very dark color. Maybe bring it over here to the left. I'm just going up and down. And we're not going to be, if you're brand new here, we're not going to be fast forwarding through any of this, but we'll move pretty quickly. And that way you can see all of the little things that are happening as they're happening.
Everybody really likes your bracelet today.
Thank you. I felt like it reminded me of the dragonflies, my jeweled tone dragonflies. I'm trying to make sure that my canvas is covered, but that I'm not losing. I'm going to make it a little of the white and yellow. See that there?
Yeah. Now, if you're
pulling it down.
Is glazing medium the same as blending medium?
It is not the same as blending medium. Blending medium is designed to open up the paint that you have, open up its drying time. They call it retarding or opening the paint. Glazing medium does not open the paint, can dry very fast, but it can give you beautiful translucent glazes. It's actually exactly what it says it's for. It's about glazing techniques. It's a wonderful product.
Now, this effect that you're getting here with this sort of painterly mixing on the canvas.
Here we go. Here's another one that's a good mix you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that?
Now,
I'm going to pull that down some more. See how it's all streaky down?
Yeah. So how much pressure do you have to get that effect?
I'm using a mid-pressure.
Okay.
Now, some of what helps me with the fact that I can use a mid-pressure is that my brush is stiff and my paint has got the blending medium on it, and that I might have to use a slightly harder pressure. I'm making a darker mix coming up here to blend in.
So your pressure is relative to the load of paint and the stiffness of your brush?
Yeah. The load of paint, the fluidity of the paint. If I'm getting a blending and blend technique like I'm doing here, where I'm blending on the canvas, you know, I'm going to need mid-pressure.
Mid-pressure.
Mid-pressure. But if I was trying to do dry brushing, that would be very light pressure. But you see, this is going to be just different for everybody. If you're painting in craft paints, right, like deco and stuff, my real recommendation is to lighten up the color palette just a little bit and paint lighter than you think you need to.
Okay.
That way you can correct for the color shift, because some acrylic paint, well, actually all acrylic paint, according to Golden, has some color shift. It darkens as it dries.
Now,
So that's a thing that we need to think about as acrylic artists, about making sure we paint light enough that when our painting, you know, is drying, that it'll be light enough, as light as we want it to be.
now, what do you
Can I get that there?
what do you suggest for artists who are having trouble with over blending?
This is a very good practice painting for that. What you want to do is, you know, how I do it is I try to be comical in my head. And I'm like, step away from the painting, Sherpa. It's good. I kind of talk myself through it.
Yeah.
Because I think we all want to over blend a little bit. I'm going to get some just blue here and some just green. We all want to over blend a little bit. I'm coming up with a slightly, can you guys notice that I'm coming up with a slightly darker tone down here? It's because I know I'm going to have water. Whoops. Nail. Didn't do it. Didn't happen. And so I'm talking myself through it. I'm recognizing that the paint and the brush and the canvas have all been designed together for a particular purpose. See that there?
Whoa, that's a lot of paint.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You up there.
And this purpose is to make this paint work this certain way. And I know that if I trust my materials and myself, I can do this.
Now,
art is a long journey into coming to trust yourself. And I cannot tell you how much in life we are trained to not trust ourselves, not trust our instincts, not believe in our own insight.
Now, if you over blended a little,
then you would let it dry.
and
And then come back like this. See?
Gotcha. So
See how I did that there?
So it's almost like you want to stop blending right before you think you should.
Yeah. Yeah, stop before you think you should. And again, you're going to find that the more you do this, the more you trust yourself.
Gotcha.
Right? Another thing I'm doing is sometimes I have a lot of yellow. Sometimes I have maybe a little more white and blue and green. I'm allowing the paint to be very, very streaky. A trick with the blending medium, if you do have it, it is called blending medium, but it does not have a binder in it, and it can underbind the paint or eventually prevent your paint from ever drying out. So like if you were to mix like a teeny tiny amount of pigment to this thing in blending medium and try to use it like a glaze, you would just have a wet spot on your canvas to all time. Because that's what it is. It's about a chemical that prevents drying. Right? So if you want to do a glaze, do a glaze.
Well, I want to say real hi. We have a huge community out here. I've seen people who I haven't seen in a long time.
Really?
I saw
Hi.
Emmy the Mastermind. Mary from Dubai is new.
Emmy the Mastermind is here, and Mary from Dubai. Hi from Dubai. I want to come there and paint.
And then we have all of our moderators who are here, and everybody is really loving this background. They just think this is really, really great.
It just is a relaxing, pretty background. And listen, if it gets away from you and you're not liking it, what you do is dry it, and then that's an underpainting, and then just do the technique again. You will get there.
So
You know?
Don't worry about messing up the under. Yeah, a lot of people are asking about that. So
Don't worry about messing up this underpainting. Once this is dry, you can come back with the exact same technique and work on your mixes and say, well, I feel like I got a little dark, so you could make slightly lighter mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or you could be like, I feel like I got it a little lighter than I wanted. Then you could make, darker mixes. You can adjust. Once this is dry, you can just come back and visit this again. Or if you have an area, all right, I'm going to redo this area here because I'm not 100% happy with it, and it's dry.
Okay, cool.
So I'll do that right there. So I'm not 100% happy with how this went. So I'm going to get a little of my green and blue and a tip of my yellow. And I'm going to come here and look. I'm going to
It's so funny.
just straight. See how that doesn't hurt that area at all?
Oh, wow.
It doesn't hurt it at all, and it just adds.
We just had the funniest question asked in our community.
Okay, I got to answer the funniest question asked in our community.
Well, it's only funny because I had to think about it in context of us because Ghost goes, oh my gosh, looks great. Could you do it with knives?
Yes, this is actually, I was thinking, Ghost, you're totally in my head. I was actually thinking this would be a great palette knife painting. Mm-hmm. I do every one of these things, all the dragonflies, everything, and palette knives. Totally do them in palette knives.
Mm-hmm. But, this is also coming from our D&D section of our community. So I was like, I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, with knives, what does she have in mind?
Where's she going with this thinking? So I'm just enjoying that. Again, if you overblend an area, you can go back and restreak it. Right?
Gotcha.
Go back and restreak it. You're not married to this. Well, you are because it's your canvas, but just take that canvas to counseling. I don't know.
Take it to the easel.
Take it to the easel. Oh,
Yeah,
John loves that I say that because sometimes I say that like as a thing. Like, well, all right, let's take this to the easel and see what.
Yeah.
So when you're happy with how your canvas is, right? When you're happy with your swampy effect,
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're done, is when you're like, oh, I'm really happy with that swampy effect. But if you're like, I'm not wholly happy with that swampy effect, go ahead and adjust the technical term swampy effect. Like I'll come here and add a little bit of this light here. See how it just layering doesn't hurt it.
Oh, yeah.
The streaking, isn't it just get better and better?
It does. You know what's awesome? Just so you know, you've got over 300 people in here painting along with you. They're just loving it and just they're saying hello to you right now. You turn around and say hello to them. They're all like,
hi, 300.
Yeah, there's and
healthy, sippy.
And Flame is reminding me that I'm supposed to say you should like, comment, subscribe, and share because it really helps get the word out and it helps let YouTube know that you guys like what you come and see here, and we really appreciate it. And I forget to say that enough, so. Thank you, Flame. And thank you for all of our wonderful moderators out here who are making sure that you guys, they answer so many questions and help take care of so much in the community. Really appreciate it. So
I really do.
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, back to the painting.
Back to the painting. So we're going to do an interesting thing here. We're going to say that about this range of the canvas, okay? This lower third is water. And we have reeds that are kind of coming up and out, and we're going to make some reflections on them. But we're going to do some really weird techniques to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to get a number 8 bright.
A fairly.
I'm going to put out a little more yellow because I ran out of it. Yellow. And the reeds are going to be all kinds of interesting colors and little things going on. And we're going to do an interesting thing in that we're going to, below a certain point, so just to reference right here, your reeds are going to pull through this, but just to reference right here, on your lower third, make as fairly level of a line as you can.
Okay.
You could measure it out with, like, a ruler. That's the guaranteed way to have a level line. Okay. So I have this just lightly indicated level line. It's going to be my water line. Now I'm going to take a little of my white, my blue, and a smidge of black. Kind of get this bluish gray. See my little load here?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to come up in my water and make some of these little distant reeds. And this is just about pulling my brush up and having this paint. These are distant reeds. Right? And then below the water, what you can do while they're still wet, you can pull them to the right or left a little bit. Blend them. Just a few of them. Get a little more black on there. I'm going to add some more over here. I'm coming down below my water line and pulling these up. I'm going to pull this up straight. Maybe I'm going to go to the left with that. I'm going to bank left with my reed. Now the trick is, here's where you guys are going to be like, oh, do it with me. Oh. Okay. Here's my brush load.
Okay.
I'm going to come here. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to plant bristles straight in. I'm going to medium pressure, and as I go up, I'm going to lighten it. Now I'm going to take this one maybe a little bit to the right.
Okay.
See, I'm just lightening that.
Yeah.
I can go back and redefine that reed if I want to. I'm going to get some just white. Come here. Come up. Some of my reeds can start from very deep down here. Now, on occasion, not everywhere, don't go crazy, but a little bit, you can pull some of these, just a little bit, to the side. Probably just about that many. Don't get crazy with this technique. What you're saying is there's a water reflection of the reeds that are up here, down here.
Yeah.
So don't go bananas. Now I'm going to load up some brown.
One less than you think you should have.
One less than you think. I like that. One less than you believe you should have. All right. So I'm going to pull up some nice brown reeds. They're going to come up and a little water. Here's my load. Just a little bit. It's okay if they're lighter and darker and blend in and out. See how they are?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, because these are distant reeds. We're actually, what you're making right now, just so you know, is places for your dragonflies to land.
Oh.
You're just making dragonfly landing spots. And creating a layer. Now, on this side, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to stop here and not go anymore.
Yeah?
And I'm going to rinse out my brush.
Because you think there should be one more?
No, I want to put some moon in over here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose the space for my moon. Right? But I've got my nice blendy reeds while everything was still wet.
Okay.
And
so
I'm going to pull some white out. I'm going to load my brush like this. And I'm going to just make these little sort of ever concentric little circles. Coming out from this spot here, saying this is my distant moonlight that's overlooking my relaxing calm pond. And I'm going to put in, as I make this moonlight, I'm going to put in all my worries into this paint right here. I'm going to intend all my worries go down my arm and into this paint. They're going to leave me. And they're going to become this refreshing moonlight and not bother me anymore. I'm going to let them go. I'm going to wipe off my brush and grab some just yellow. Brush is quite dry. And I'll add some little kisses. My brush pressure is so light, guys. Just a little bit. And I'm not going to sit there and be all concerned about the perfect brush stroke. I'm going to be very concerned about the perfect release. I'm just letting it go. I have very little paint. See how little paint I have on my brush? And I'm just lightly kissing this area with this. And that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And while I'm here, I can take these nice little yellow reeds. You can even add a little white to it. If it has a little blue in it, it's okay. And I'm going to make some more of these more yellow reeds coming up. See them?
Well, they actually didn't because you were facing the other way, so I have to.
Okay, I'm going to do them again.
There you go.
So I'm going to put some more of these little yellow reeds coming up.
Ooh, these are tall
They can
reeds.
come up now pretty tall because we know where our moon is.
Yeah, there's some tall reeds in there.
Have some tall ones, and these are slightly yellow. I'm going to just enjoy these. Now, we're not making grass, so you need to leave open spaces for things to fly through. Rinsing my brush from the yellow. I'm going to get some just brown. And I think I'm going to put a reed that's going to come over this way for a dragonfly to land on. So it comes up. Maybe it goes over to the right this way. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Just letting it come up. And then I'm going to start maybe at my waterline, a couple little brown ones coming up. And I like that the paint is catching and dropping. Maybe there's a little light one here that comes up and does a little wander that way. Now I'm going to get some black. A little white, but quite a dark gray. And then I'm going to have a just coming up out of the water little branch that can come over here. Another one happening back here. Pull it down into the water. I'm just wanting to give places for my dragonflies to be. And a couple more tiny little reeds happening here. Isn't that fun? Isn't that just easy and fun, just letting those be? So now that I have all that in, I'm going to rinse my brush out. I'm still using my number 8 bright. I'm going to rinse it out. And I'm going to pull some just white paint. See my white on here, how it's loaded? Just on the edge. Take a deep breath. This is your serenity pond. This is where the dragonflies are dancing. Everything will be fine here. And I'm going to come right across with this white line, right over all the reeds, right over everything, trying to be as level as I can. Pull a little more into my brush, and then I'm going to do a cool thing. I'm going to pull some of this paint down. See how I'm pulling it down?
Yeah.
Dry brush. Pulling some of it down, not all of it. Get a little blue if you need it. Put it on the white, little green. Come here. A little bit down there. Pull it down. This is not dissimilar to if you painted Devotion or the Lilacs. There's some similar thinking here. Pulling some down, but it's not all the same pulled down. Maybe I'll pick up a little yellow and a little white. And I'll come put a reflection right here.
Yeah,
my reflection is, well, theoretically would be level. Got a little cockeyed there. As level as you can make it, and pull some of it down. See that pull down?
So what can you do to help with your levelness?
Okay. My secret is, and it's a goofy secret, so don't tell anyone because you're going to make fun of me.
All 300 of you keep the secret.
And if you're under 25, you may not get the reference, but I imagine I'm a dot matrix printer.
Really?
And I go, Donkey Kong, also good.
Oh, yeah.
Like old school. I just try to set my shoulder as level as I can. I'm going to put another little reflection here. And I'm going to pull down a little bit. Pull that down a little bit. And then maybe dab a couple just dashes here. And pull some here. It's okay that the paint is picking up with my brush. Do you see how it's doing that?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Let it do that. Sing Let It Be in Your Head. If you need to. Right? You're putting little bits. Doesn't it start to get like water like real fast?
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Pull one down here. Pull up some more white. And we're going to just make a little reflection here and one here. Maybe dash one over here towards the right. See how I'm staggering them?
Yeah.
Just pull that down. There we are. I'm going to pull some of that one down. Not all of it, though. See how some of it is left there? Make dashes.
Oh.
Now you can go back. An interesting thing you can do, rinse, 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 rinse. Interesting thing you can do is you come back with, like, say, your blue and just your green. And you can add, go across here, some dark areas if you need to.
I spy an Angela Anderson.
Is Angela here?
I do. I see.
Hi, Angela.
And I thought I saw Audie earlier too. I don't know.
She might have come by because they're collabing with us. They might have come by.
We have a lot of. The chat's been very busy today. It's been very full.
So I'm going to put this dark blue down here and I'm going to pull it down. Look how I pull it across and I pull it down, 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 down. Not everywhere, just anywhere I feel like I want to deepen my water.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can come across here back and forth lightly. See how I'm coming across there? It isn't quite dry, so that lets me pull it. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
If it dried on you, go back and put a little brown and pull it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like I think that one's dried on me.
Which one?
This one right here.
Okay.
So I could go back and add a little brown to it and then just pull it a little bit. See how I'm just pulling it?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not stuck. It hasn't gotten away from me. I just...
You should blend more.
Yeah. So depending on where it's at, you're either dry brushing or you're not. Get a little more white, and I want just maybe here, just pull it down.
Yeah.
I just want to strengthen this reflection. There we go.
There's Audie. That's what it is. She changed her icon, I think.
She did?
Yeah, she had a different icon that I'm used to looking over at, I think.
Now, I've got this Moonlight here. You see my Moonlight?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get a little yellow and white. And I'm going to come here right under my moon and maybe emphasize that color. See how I'm just dancing the brush, like right over the top, just kissing it?
Mm-hmm.
Break that up, came over a little bit, dash, dash, dash. Look at that, dash, 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 pull down. Maybe a little bit right here, pull down. It's so easy. You're not even painting shapes, you're just lines and dashes. It's like telegraph painting.
Telegraph painting.
See? Just filling in the spots. If you were good at Tetris, this is your painting.
This is your jam.
This is your jam. If Tetris was your game, this is your jam. Get a little more white. And maybe dance zigging and zagging just a little bit of light right across this spot right here. Do you see me doing that?
I do.
Robocam with me. So I keep it. I'm really painting everything. Look at the load of my brush.
Where are you going?
Right here. Load of my brush is just right at that tip. And I'm just...
We're at that difficult lower right-hand corner of the easel, which is just tough to get a good view on sometimes.
No, I'll just add some. So I feel like that water is fairly thawed out now. So guess what I get to do once my water is thawed out? Put out way too much blue. I'm going to have to do another painting after this painting.
So there's some question about the flow agent.
Okay.
So is the flow medium allowing Cinnamon to drag the undercolor because the flow allows it from drying?
Keeps it from drying.
Gotcha.
Right. So in that sense, I'm getting a little fun that, say, an oil painter might have.
I see.
Because my paint is staying open, it's not drying, and I can do a la prima or wet into wet a little bit.
Interesting.
I'll be a little cheeky. But if your paint's drying on you, just dry brush it. It works. The important thing is the pattern of pulling some of the color down and coming across. That's what gives our water reflection. That's what makes us really feel like we've got some water happening here. Right?
Yeah.
So the delight is that I use this stuff.
Which doesn't come in focus because you have to go to... There you go. It does it there.
There you go. This stuff.
Ish,
and
focusing.
But there's a bunch of brands that have that, and what you're looking to is open the paint.
Yeah.
You know, and you can always just hair dry it. The only risk is if you put way too much in, then the paint isn't going to close. It's not going to dry up.
So on our 333 watchers, because I like seeing one of the
333 watchers.
It's actually 335 now, but I just like it when I see the 333 crosshair or the 222 because I think it's so cool, or 111. But Trent asked a very interesting question. Has Kevin been seen in these waters?
Kevin could come to these waters. Kevin likes a pond.
Kevin likes a pond?
Kevin likes a pond. Kevin is a big fan of a pond. And I'm not saying we won't meet back and Kevin won't show up to the pond. I'm not saying that won't happen. It could happen.
Could happen?
It could happen.
On the little canvas?
So I put out some quinacridone magenta, my cad red light, and my dog's name purple. Because those are some of the base colors of my dragonflies. And I have a number 6 short handle filbert. This is the extra firm filament by Simply Simmons. And this is the short handle. Because even though their handles aren't like really long, like some of these people when they say long handle, they mean like this thing that pokes your eye, but they just mean a slightly longer handle. This is short handle, and then I'm going to get this micro detail brush. I love you guys have been buying the micro minis. That's really cool.
So everyone's so if one could coax a Sherpa, do you think that perhaps after the show we could talk the Sherpa into talking about VidCon and get-togethers and maybe putting Kevin on the smaller canvas?
Yes.
Okay. So after this, I'll see if I can start plugging it in now.
Kevin could come visit.
We'll
that would be funny.
We'll do the small canvas.
We'll do the small canvas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll put it up there here in a little bit.
All right.
I'll work on that while you're painting.
Okay.
Because there's lots of questions about Kevin and about VidCon.
All right, let's answer those because we got to meet up with everybody for VidCon.
Yep.
And I'd love to add Kevin to the swamp.
Yep.
And Kevin, I like adding Kevin to verticals anyways. So
all right.
I'm going to load up my blue while John is working that out. This is just my phthalo blue. And I'm going to come over to this blade of grass and I'm going to land me a dragonfly.
I'm going to get the camera.
So what that means is I'm going to just draw one little round circle with my paint. Pretty simple. But then he's going to have a friend, another little round circle. And that's my dragonfly eyes. And I pick the stem, my dragonfly, he's going to land on this stem. And then I'm going to make a little sort of body shape, which is like a leaf or elongated football. See that shape right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. Leaf, elongated football. And then off that, coming straight out, is this lovely little I think it's thorax, isn't it?
Yes.
Entomologists will correct me now. And that's the little shape of the dragonfly. That's all it takes. I'm going to leave that right there. And I'm going to rinse my brush out so completely that it blows your mind at how completely it is rinsed out. And you know what I'm seeing?
What are you seeing?
I don't have a one I want one of my guys to land on, so I'm going to pull a little brush out, get a little of my black and brown paint just real fast.
Okay.
And I'm going to come off my main stem and I'm going to arc one over for him to land on.
Oh, so you needed an extra.
I think I did, because I'm not liking my leaf positioning, so I'm just going to change it up.
You can do that?
I think I can.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Maybe even add another like lower to the ground leaf here. What do you think of that? I'm just trying to make places. I'm looking for places for dragonflies to land. I got to give them places to land. Otherwise, I'm not a good host to, you know, my visiting dragonflies. And I want to be a really good host to my visiting dragonflies. Alright. So up here, I've got a little yellow dragonfly, and he's like done with just yellow. So he's a little different. We're going to put him like right here. Little head right there, a little circle. And then his body is going to be a little rounder. See that?
Yeah.
A little rounder. Hopefully I got enough wing room in there. And then I'm going to kind of bend his little thorax. Because you know how they do that? The dragonflies like bend. I think the most important thing about the dragonfly is the gesture of the dragonfly. Alright, so I got that little yellow one there. And then maybe over here.
Okay.
I'm going to get some of my quinacridone and a smidge of white, because quinacridone is a little bit translucent.
You have to almost off the palette there, so I can just bear. There you go.
So I'm loading it up. And I'm going to say right here.
All right.
Kind of like this little circle, like you do. You can make them different sizes. This one's going to be kind of facing downward. And a little thorax coming off. So we've got the little beads for the body, the round circle, then a little bead, and then that sweet little thorax just jumping off. He's no trouble. He's just cuteness.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get some purple. I'm going to come down here on this little one that I made here. And maybe I want to face him another way. I want to vary these up a little bit because I've got them all sort of facing one direction and I want to face another one back this way. So in fact, I'm going to change it up, making a little circle. And I'll make my little bead right there for the body. And then I'm going to bend the thorax upward. See that?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's these little gestures. It's not about the hyperrealism. It's about the little details in the story. So the long little thorax is bent the opposite way. Little round head is happening there.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to get my little orange guy. And he'll be like right here. Doing a little orange guy thing. And he's going to be a little skinnier maybe than the other ones. A little skinnier. And kind of long, coming down like that. See him right there?
Yep.
He's doing his little thing. Just the cad. You could do cad red light, cad red medium, any of the cad reds, any of the pinks, magentas, any of the bright colors that you would want for your dragonflies, you can do that. I'm going to come over and visit my little bro in blue. And the first thing I'm going to do is really dry my brush and then just tip my brush with white.
Gotcha.
Okay? And to do the wing, I'm going to come off just a little bit inside the body. And I'm going to come out with a line that is about 2.5 inches, 3 inches long. Then the wing is really narrow here, widens out, and then as it comes towards the tip, I'm going to arc it back in. And my brush pressure is very light. I want everything to shine through, and I'm going to lightly dry brush some of this white down. But I'm going to let a lot of the canvas show through. So some of the lines will be strong and some will be light. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this brush dry. And dry brush, dry canvas gets this done. So I'm going to come here. And similar, but shorter.
Oops.
Right?
There you go.
Light lines. Light, light, light. Letting a lot of the canvas show through. Making these little dragonfly-y wings. Same on the other side.
Okay.
About the same length. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you kind of want to approximate it, okay?
So
Just keeping that brush pressure light. Some of the paint is strong and then it's lightly, and so some edges are defined what we call hard and some are soft. See that?
yeah.
And
All right,
just-
so they're gonna have me zoom in. Hold on a second. I need to zoom in on this. I've been somewhat
I just got that right there. Just dusting that in. We're going to be doing this every set of wings.
I've been negligent here.
So just not all of it defined. And then when I have that a little bit, I'm going to come and I'm going to get a little blue. And a little white. I'm going to make a light blue. And I'm going to come on just one half of the eyeball and I'm going to color just a little bit of that. I'm going to leave a lot of the dark blue showing through. And across the back, I'm going to do these dashing strokes. Dash, 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 dash. Thorax, dash, 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 dash. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And while I have that kind of white and blue, I'm going to come here and just add a little titch. Not a lot, because they'll disappear. Just a little kiss of that blue to the wing. Because he's the blue dragonfly. Don't paint out the space behind. Alright?
Yeah.
And while you're here, you can grab some just blue. And come down to about, go directly below him to about
Hold on.
the midpoint of your
Where-
water.
Oh, there it is.
And just add a little blue color reflecting in. That's him. See?
Yeah.
That's where he is in the water, in this water. You can wipe your brush. And take some just white. Just white. Pure white. And add a reflection to this little eye right here.
Okay, let me go back
a little
up
bit
here.
there.
Hold on. You're just
1, 2, 3 dots on the back. And a little bit of a line on the, see that? Dragonfly.
Gotcha.
Isn't he lovely?
Yeah.
All right, let's get our yellow friend. We have just white on, so we're okay.
Want to go which one?
Up here and visit our little yellow dragonfly.
Let me get over there to that.
And we're going to make kind of a little wing that disappears. This one's a little bit thinner and curls out this way. I'll make it a little thicker at the top, but it's just going to blend down here because this wing is turned out in an odd angle. And then I'm going to come up straight up. And the same thing, just dust a really light little wing here. You can see through it. Curve a line back this way. See that? Just slightly. And then another little hint of a wing right there. So we've got the
Gotcha.
4, but they're at these little angles. I'm going to get a little of my white and yellow. I'm going to add a little of this reflection right here. That color. Wipe your brush. If you need to, come back with a strong bit of yellow for underneath. Sometimes it takes a couple coats of yellow on the yellow dragonfly to pull his actual yellow out. Take a little yellow on your brush. Come and add a little bit of that story to his wing. Just kissing that right there at the base and pulling it up. There that is. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And now we're going to come down here
Uh-huh.
very far. Same distance. Look, so if it's here on the reflection. By the way, this teaches you a lot about doing that pond that you've been trying to do. If the bird's up here, he was going to reflect. So we're going to put it down there.
All right.
So I'm going to add just a little.
So you have to step one way.
Okay, I'm
There,
just
get
going to
that.
add a
Perfect.
little yellow here.
Perfect.
Right? Let's just tell that little story of that dragonfly right there,
Yeah.
isn't it? There it is. Little yellow in the water. And I love doing it.
Yeah, that looks really cool. So, yeah, could you add some like iridescent additive
I
to
would
this?
use Interference Colors CT Orange Green.
Okay. Give that a try.
I have a very specific ad right there,
You've
but
been
that's what I
thinking
would
about
add, and
it.
if I'd found it, we would have been adding it. But also, we're taking it into black light. So this has also been really designed to convert into a black light painting really seamlessly.
Okay. Yeah. I think that'll look really cool.
If you're feeling like you went thick with the thorax, remember you can take, your paint, right, that you had for your background,
Oh.
and very easily, like I'm going to trim up his thorax right there, and pull that down, and I can blend it right in. See how I can do that?
Yeah.
So if he got too big for you, or you didn't like how he was going, you can trim him up and change his personality real easy. So don't let anything like slow you down or stop you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to come and enjoy my cowed red dragonfly.
Cadmium red.
I'm going to get some of my white just on the tip of my brush, and you can see how it's just on the tip of my brush. And his wings are going to be a little bit different. These are the just unfurling wings.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to show some different styles of wings. So the first, I'm going to do one wing coming back here. And we're going to get a nice kind of like little leaf shape, that little dragonfly wing shape. And then this one's going to come up and duck behind that one. And then I'm going to peek out another one. And then one little last one here. See, he's about to open his wings.
Yeah.
So that's why his wings are like that. And I'm going to just dry brush in his little wings. Lightly. Lightly. Oh, see how light it is, how much the canvas shows through?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get that sort of light wing. And I'm going to grab a little yellow for him. Tip the wing a little bit.
Now,
And then I'll just pull right into the cad red. Mix a little yellow, kind of make more of an orange color. And add just a hint of this to his wings. See that hint there?
yeah.
Now I'm going to mix a nice mid-range orange and come right here, and down his little thorax. I can then grab my straight orange and I'm going to come right under the water here, and I'm going to add a little red.
Gotcha.
Not pretty?
Yeah.
Just a little red. Rinse, 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 rinse your brush. And we're going to add a highlight to him and to the yellow dragonfly.
Now,
With just white.
if you had some iridescent colors that weren't tinted, could you? Oh, you're way up there. You have to hold
I
on
told
to-
you I'm going to add a highlight.
He's so far up there. I gotta keep scrolling.
All right.
scrolling,
So I
scrolling,
did
scrolling,
one right
scrolling. There it
here.
is, okay.
And then I kissed a little highlight right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come down to the red one now.
Oh, hold on.
I'm going to let you get here.
Okay.
Okay.
Not on camera.
Just at the top, a little reflection. And then along these little...
Oh yeah, that makes a lot.
It makes a big deal. I wouldn't bug you if it didn't make a big deal difference.
I really wanted to catch it. So.
All right. We only got 2 more, and then we have done our dragonflies.
So which dragonfly's next?
Purple.
Here, we're gonna purple one.
Okay. So on my purple, I'm going to pull my white and get my wings in. And I'm going to do a similar sort of unfurling wing. So we're going to come up very lightly. Right, with that wing shape. Maybe make a little another front wing peeking out.
RoboCam's a lot like an old R2 unit. Has to kind of be talked into going places. Everyone's joking in the chat like.
Light pressure on these wings. Light. You want the canvas to show through. You want them to feel like a wing, but you want that canvas to show through. Now pull a little of your purple out. Mix with your white. Put a little of that, just a couple places on the wing. Just light pressure, so just kiss the canvas with that. Right? And this light purple, right, makes a nice add to the body color. So right here, on the head here. Little dashes along the body. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he pretty?
I think it's really cool.
I'm going to pull some
really sharp.
A little purple into this little mix that I've got here, and then we need a little purple reflection underneath here.
I like that purple one.
Yeah. I feel like they all had personalities, like they were little jewels. That's why I did the bracelet.
Yeah.
They were my dragonfly jewels.
Everyone loves the bracelet. I think that's great.
Just having a moment, y'all. Pulling a little more white out.
Ooh, is that thunder?
Yes.
Wow.
So let's get this through. Okay. It's thundering. So to be sure that we get this painting to you, we're going to kind of go zip.
But I think we're going to be okay. I think
we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
So I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to make sure I have no paint on my wrist, which I'm using as a bridge.
But we also have an after show here. We're going to do.
We're going to definitely do the after show where I put Kevin in,
yeah.
and he's going to visit the pond. I'm going to look up a shiny green like tentacle. I really want to do like a more realistic tentacle while we're talking.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull a beautiful little delicate wing up here. Soft pressure, draw it down.
So how many hoots do you think this one is?
That's a hoot.
It's a hoot?
It's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
It's just a hoot. It's easier than the girl walking in the rain.
Yeah.
It's as easy as Van Gogh sunflowers or any of my one hoot paintings. And then maybe just a little streak. That's all I do for like that fourth wing. It's like crazy.
Oh, just imply it.
I just imply it. Now I'm going to just lightly letting just the paint kiss the top. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can they see how it just kisses the top of the canvas?
I think so.
Dry brushing is your friend in acrylic paint. Everybody wants to open the paint, and that's good, and I'll do that when I need to, but it's the dry brushing that's your friend.
So
little wings.
Now, can you show us how to, when you put the reflection in for this one, fix it if you over-reflect?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I made some pink, and I'm going to highlight my wings.
Okay.
And when we get to this reflection, I will... Well, I've got to do this one, too, so I can show you.
So you show me what an over-reflection can be, how it can be fixed.
All right, yeah. I'm going to just tip these wings with some pink. See the little pink in the wing?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to come in and add his next layer of color on his little body. His little pink. And remember, you got to come where and do what?
The
right
reflections?
there.
All right, let me go down there.
Because it's same, right? A little further down. Tell a little story of this little pink guy.
Where did you go? Oh.
Down here.
Oh, you're way down there.
Way down there. Yeah. So it goes the purple, then to the pink right there.
My camera zoomed in there more than I thought.
All right. Now I'm going to do those reflections.
Okay.
So I'll show the over reflection on the purple one.
Oh, so it was on the water that I think that they were talking about. Like, so they overdid the water reflection.
Oh yeah, no, I can show that too. Let me add the white reflection to these dragonflies, then we'll fix them.
Which one are you dragonflying first?
One of these colors. All right, so we'll come pink.
Okay.
We're gonna just add a little reflection at the top of him, across the little body.
And for those who are just
going down to purple,
who aren't familiar, you can share your art on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on Pinterest, any of those places. We love to see the paintings. Love seeing that. It's one of the things that's most fun for us is seeing all these completed paintings. So
now yes, thank you.
Wherever you can stick them, put them.
I go on Instagram, I go on Twitter, I go on Facebook, and I look. And I'm also on Pinterest, which I forget. You know what? We haven't said we're on Pinterest. We're big on Pinterest.
Sherpa has
I
seen
have
the
boards
summit, so
of
she's-
like weird art finds that I have. I have pictures that I think are great references. I have a board of some people's artwork, like sometimes a 3-year artwork up on Pinterest. Generally, if you're looking for the full finished painting, that's on Pinterest if you haven't seen it on Facebook. It's a great place to go. It's where I put the traceables and links and stuff like that, which I probably should have said at the beginning of this.
Our Sherpa has heard the thunder and seen the summit, so she's on the last bit of the climb.
I am. Now I'm taking out this purple. So I'm just going to mix some blue and green, maybe a little white. And I'm going to come right here and just paint it out.
Okay.
Look at me, just painting it out. Paint it out. Let it dry.
Gotcha. I'm gonna.
Right? It's just gone now. And if I want to put it back, then I just go back once it's dry. I'm going to do it wet because I'm a rebel like that. Just add your purple.
Oh yeah, just a
When
little
you're
light
ready.
reflection there.
Yeah. You can fix it. It just has to be dry. In acrylic painting, if it's dry, you can fix it. Oh, and then we have just the last thing. You ready for the last thing?
Oh yeah, what's the last thing?
I like to put the little black leggies on them.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to zoom all the way around for this.
All right, we'll start with the pink.
Okay. Huh.
And then we'll go purple, red, blue, yellow. Well, the blue doesn't have one, so we'll go pink, purple, red, yellow.
Pink.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna zoom in on that painting.
So we're going to give it a little, just a hint of leg there. And then I'm going to come down the purple.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm going to just put some little legs down here. I just like the little dragonfly legs. They're not really important, but I like them. And some here. Just little light little legs. Light little, oh my gosh, we painted it.
Yeah.
Dancing with dragonflies.
That's so awesome.
It's pretty.
That's really cool. All right. I'm gonna back zoom. I'm gonna back RoboCam out so I can see her over there too. And go.
It's a happy little moon, happy little reflection.
Yeah.
There they are at their pond.
It looks really cool. I like the way you did the moon on that one. You can come back now, Sherpa. You can come back.
Just a
and tell us.
simple decorative painting. You could take it further and drop some reeds coming out over the fret now to layer it, but I think right now for the decorative purposes of this painting, successfully achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Mini quest for you at home. You could add some layers of reeds coming out in the foreground water and add little reflections under them. You could do that. But
Now, in half an hour, in about half an hour, about 20 minutes, we've got up on the calendar. We're going to come back, right? And we're going to talk some about
what we're doing
VidCon.
at VidCon and meeting you guys, and we'll put Kevin in the pond.
We'll put Kevin in the pond. We'll just do some chatting, some general.
So those of you who are like, I have to add Kevin to this pond, because Kevin totally goes on vacation, right? Doesn't he? Like totally, he
Yes.
travels. Kevin he's a kraken on the go.
I think so.
I hope you enjoyed this painting. I hope you had a lot of fun doing it. I cannot wait to see your incredible dragonflies and gem them up. And then for those of you that are ready to blacklight them up, you can already be like, oh my gosh, these are going to be so fun in blacklight.
Yeah.
So fun.
We're gonna be back here real shortly.
An iCard for Angela and Audie.
We love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye. Come join us live Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. Central, or enjoy one of the hundreds of paintings available on replay anytime.